This is the cowl tutorial on the slash neck jumper, and I'm going to show you how to knit the sleeve with fully fashioned increases, which you may not have tried before. So hopefully you can see this. You take a 3-prong tool, put it on the last 3 needles, pull those stitches out, and then move the stitches over by 1. So you now have an empty needle. So to prevent a hole, you take the heel of the stitch next to it and fill it. Do that both sides, obviously, if you're increasing on both sides. And in my case, I'm going to knit 4 rows. And then we do the same thing again. Last 3, out 1 stitch, pick up the heel of the stitch, place it on the empty needle. Always remember to do it both sides. The benefit of doing a fully fashioned increase, I think you won't be able to see it, I'll show you when the sleeve's finished, is that you get a straight edge. You get the same stitch all the way up on the edges. It makes a neater edge for picking up. Now you may at some point have to decrease. So to decrease fully fashioned, I'll just show you on here, is you pick the same 3 stitches up again, but you actually move them in by 1. Place it on the stitches. You've then got 2 stitches on this needle, and you've got the spare needle at the end here which you move out of work. So that's how you do fully fashioned increases and decreases. When you've knitted the required number of rows and you've got the right number of stitches on the top for your sleeve head, the instructions tell you to cast off. I do something slightly differently, which you may or may not want to copy. First of all, I take my yarn out of the yarn feeder and I measure off approximately 3 and a bit lengths of the stitches of yarn before I cut it off. I'll explain why later. I now thread the yarn with the yarn feeder with waste yarn. I'm sorry to keep knocking it. And knit several rows in waste yarn. And I'll come back and show you on several rows of waste yarn. I'll also try and show you those sleeve increases and decreases. This is the edge where you've done the fully fashioned increases, and you can see it's quite a neat edge for picking up. Now what I would normally do, as I say, you don't have to, this is just a suggestion, is when I have got the back and the front all done, I've joined a shoulder, pretend, because I haven't actually, I've been very naughty here, I haven't actually knitted the back yet. And what I normally do is, you've got the yarn marker that you put in. You know you had however many needles you took your sleeve off on. I'm not sure you can actually see. there. I would then hang, right side facing, hang the edge stitches all the way along, both sides. Might need to stretch it a bit to get it on. You do both sides because you've joined your shoulders. And then I hang the sleeve, right side facing, wrong side facing, apologies. Now you've got this great long bit of thread. The reason I told you to cut a long bit was you will then hang your sleeve from the waste yarn all along there. Do one row with this great long piece of thread that you've saved, and then cast it off. Either if you're going to do latch tool cast off, you do one row at tension 10, and if you're going to do around the gate pegs, you would do it at main tension. I just think it gives a slightly neater pick up edge and seam.